Hey guys and gals, this is John from the Gun Discovery Channel, and I just wanted to do a quick video, a bit of a rant, and then do some shout outs to some channels that I have found particularly useful to me as somebody who's new in the gun community. But first I'll start off with the rant. Well, actually rant might be the wrong word. That sort of implies that you're offended and you're angry and you're upset. So maybe I'll recharacterize that and just call it some observations, some general observations of a couple of different things that I've noticed as I'm entering into the gun community and the gun culture. The first one here is this website, the Idiot Scratch Prevention Tool. This is a website that I found when I was watching Mike over at the Firearms Channel, which, by the way, is a great channel. He's a very informative and very intelligent guy. Recommend highly that you go check him out, but I digress. He was talking about this website where you can, go and they sell these little pieces of plastic, very thin pieces of plastic that are there to protect your 1911. Now, being somebody myself who recently purchased a 1911, I want to make sure that I protect my investment. So this sounded like a really good idea. So I go over to their website. Anyway, I got to the bottom of the website as I was scrolling down to see what all the various packages they offer, and then I saw this paragraph. It says, carry your professional, elite, and/or sharpshooter ISPT on your keychain. It shows the world that you are a proud 1911 owner and that you care enough to protect your pistol's finish. Not to mention that the ISPT is a great conversation piece. Just wait until a liberal finds out what it is. Okay, can you hear the record scratch right here? Okay, rewind. Just wait until a liberal finds out what it is. Because you know what? When liberals find out what that is, I hope you're wearing a rain poncho, because there is going to be a head explosion raining down on you, because liberals just don't have what it takes to understand the significance of that conversation piece on your keychain. Basically, it is your flag to the world that you're a proud gun owner. It's almost as provocative as the NRA logo. And a liberal just cannot reconcile those two things. Okay, so I'm getting just a little bit hyperbolic there, and I'll step back just for a moment. And just to say that, I'm a liberal. And guess what? I enjoy guns. So, I don't know what use that little paragraph is, or that punchline at the end. I think they're making some assumptions about liberals that aren't necessarily true. Just like anything, anytime you generalize and make assumptions, there's going to be exceptions. And it's not a universal truth. It just seems a little bit sophomoric. And obviously this is not a very sophisticated or very large company. Their website is kind of plain. Looks like it was designed, by somebody taking a college course in HTML. The problem with it is, and aside from the political spectrum, is that the company here is kind of excluding themselves from a particular market of people that might otherwise be willing to purchase this product. Now, I actually am going to go ahead and purchase this product because I think it will help, save my gun and preserve it. But I just think that's pretty unwise, just to put something like that on there, because you're already segmenting your potential market base. Anyway, I just think that was pretty stupid, frankly. But, I'm not all hurt about it. It's just, like I said, just an observation. Sort of going hand in hand with that, I've seen a lot of videos from different guys who talk about the the Custom Killer Grips company, and they have their infidel logo on their 1911 grips. Well, I guess I just don't understand it, because it's almost like, why? I mean, seriously, what's the point in proudly proclaiming that you're an infidel in the Arabic script language? I mean, it seems to me like you're going to put that on your gun. Why don't you do the same thing and put it on a big old magnet and stick it on the side of your car? Why don't you print infidel and wear it on your t-shirt around town? Or a hat? I mean, what makes that word so... I guess, what is it that resonates with those grips for gun owners? Again, it seems like there's a company producing a product and they are potentially excluding a pretty big market base. I mean, do they think that there are not Muslims that enjoy firearms? Good, peaceful Americans who practice the Muslim religious tradition that don't enjoy firearms? It just seems like, I don't know, something like that to me. Again, I'm a very liberal person from California. It just seems to me just not very useful. It's kind of provocative, overly provocative, and I guess the question I have is, like, why? What does it do for you to have that on your gun? I don't know. I don't get it. But maybe somebody can explain it to me. Whatever. I'm not going to personally purchase those. It doesn't matter to me. I might as well put the word Gentile because I'm not Jewish either. So, whatever. Just a couple of little observations that I found relevant to the gun community, which seems overwhelmingly conservative, and that's totally good. That's fine. I just think that the gun community could be a little bit more inclusive rather than exclusive. I just think that maybe we could be a little bit more welcoming to people on the left who enjoy the hobby of gun ownership and using guns. Okay, so I've ranted on... No, I said I wasn't going to rant. This is a general observation. So I have observed long enough, and now I want to give some shout-outs. Okay, so here we are back to our shout-outs portion of this video, and I decided to go ahead and save the paper, save some trees, because you know I am a liberal. I'll go ahead and do this on electronically on a PowerPoint, and gosh, I don't know if this catches on, because this was pretty easy to do. It didn't take much time at all, so might do this again in the future. But just want to call attention to a few channels that make a difference, especially to people like me who are new and are just like a sponge trying to absorb information. So the first channel I want to talk about is Guns and Gear. This guy is awesome. He has a really, really great philosophy. I mean, if you ever you ever hear the term, down to earth? Guns and Gear is probably right next to that. I mean, his picture of him is right next to that in terms of definition of down to earth. Just a great philosophy on life and on guns and gear. He's one of the first channels that I stumbled across, and being someone like me who's brand new, this guy is very welcoming to you. He has sort of an inclusive philosophy, and so I really like that about him, and very insightful as well. And gives you a lot of things to ponder and think about. Okay, like I said before at the very start of this video, the Firearms channel. Mike is awesome. I mean, this guy has very thorough and comprehensive gun reviews, and he has a tactical parrot. Well, I don't know if it's a parrot, but it's a bird. Tactical Stewie. And it's pretty funny. But again, this guy... Mike, he gives you a lot of food for thought. Oftentimes I've seen videos from him that are nothing more than newspaper clippings and then his take on it as it pertains to guns and so forth. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously, but that's okay. I don't have to agree to still glean things that are important from his body of knowledge, which seems to be pretty vast. And so I really appreciate Mike. And he's very community-minded. Recently there was another fellow on YouTube who was going through some personal difficulties, and I think Mike sort of spearheaded an effort to draw other gun enthusiasts together to kind of help get this guy through his hard time. And I just, that just speaks volumes about a person's character. So Mike gets a major shout out from me. Okay, who hasn't heard of Hickok 45, right? He's hard to miss. If you just do a basic search for guns, on YouTube, he's probably one of the first channels that shows up. And he was, in fact, one of the first channels that I found. And what I really, really liked about Hickok is that he has a very impressive arsenal that he reviews. And in addition to that, he's got his own outdoor range right there on his property. So he can do a tabletop review of a particular firearm, and then he can go out and shoot it. And that's why I say he's got an excellent blend of theory and application. And I've actually had a chance to interact with Hickok 45, a couple of times over the private messages and so forth. And he has always, taken the time and to answer my questions. And I just think that is huge because that's a very popular channel. I mean, this guy probably gets tons and tons of PMs every day and channel comments, and he has taken the time to respond to me on a few occasions. So Hickok 45, he definitely has a very patient demeanor. When you think of like somebody who is a good teacher, this is the guy. Dynadog 44. He's one of my new friends, actually, and I found him on a different website. But I'm going to throw a little shout out to him because his channel is new, kind of like mine, very new. And he's trying to build it up, of course. And I think he impresses me as somebody who's very articulate and knows what he's talking about when he puts out a video. As of this date, I think he has a couple of videos up, and they're both Glock reviews, but they're very comprehensive, and he just comes across as somebody who really knows what he's talking about. He has a great attitude. I've interacted with him on again private messages and so forth, and he's just an awesome guy. And because he's a new channel, I just want to, if anybody's watching this, go check him out, subscribe to him, because I think part of building this up is to drive subscribers to your channel. People who are interested to help the up-and-coming channels get noticed. I'll just do my little part here. And Dynadog 44, good channel. And finally, Firearms Rescue. Gosh, what can I say about this guy? Probably the first thing that I think of when I think of his channel is just laughing. This guy is highly entertaining. He's done some, I guess, parody kind of video work, and he's also into guns and gear and stuff like that. But he has his own take on it, and it's very, very cool. Mostly he does things on a budget, right? So if you're new to guns and you don't have $3,000-$4,000 to go and put down into getting into your hobby or whatever, he has some good ideas on how to do things within your means. And guy has no ego whatsoever. I mean, just no pretense. He's very funny. He's awesome, and he gets back to you when you have questions or comments. So go check him out. So this is not the last of these kind of videos by any means, but just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll catch you later.